Cleaner than I ever would be. It's cooler than Antarctica's weather would be. Damn, I think my swagger is a weapon to me. And dudes don't count you off the record to me. So don't be stepping to me, trying to shake my hand. I'm already the man, ain't trying to make your band. I feel the fact that I'm real, just make them mad. I be smoking helium to inflate my swerve. I'm fact that I'm real, just make them mad. I be smoking helium to inflate my swerve. I'm fly, yes, I'm high, yes. Every lady wanna get to this guy, yes. Go out tonight, I just might, yes. Style cleaner than yours, so don't buy, yes. I'm so debonair, so debonair. 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 You're not really seeing me, dog. Real talk. You feeling whacker than you ever would be. In mind, you think you would.
Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to my channels with an S. I am definitely streaming on my vlog channel and on this channel. I want to start doing stuff more on my vlog channel as well, but I definitely wanted to start it off and kick it off with this. If you are on the Old Affairs of the Heart channel, you may be like, what the heck is going on? How did I get to this? But it's because I changed that around. I'm still waiting to hear back from the fellas so that we can figure out what we want to do, because we were getting a lot more viewers on my main channel than this channel. So I'll switch some things around so that we can definitely use this channel a little bit more. What's going on, Low-Key Lounge? So yeah, I've been in a funk all day about getting stood up last night. So I want to talk about it. Who else better to talk to it about than y'all? So I'm going to play my intro. But before I do that, let's go ahead and take care of the business of both of these channels. If y'all want to join my tribe, please stay by my side. Go ahead and subscribe. And turn on their notifications. Make sure you turn them on all so you get notified every time I go live. Like the video, share the video, and comment in the comment section to keep me in the algorithm. Also, if you are here, I would love to hear from you. Comment in the chat. So once we got, now that we got that done, let's go ahead and play the intro, and then let's get started. Let's go.
I'm fly, yes, I'm high, yes. Every wanna get to this guy, yes. Go out tonight, I just might, yes. Style cleaner than yours, so don't buy, yes. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair.
And I'm back. Also, I wanted to say something real quick. I know you guys have seen that intro a lot, and there is me doing on the radio. And because this is Pride Month, I definitely want to celebrate WTT Radio. They made me the first gay Black radio host on a fully licensed LGBT radio station. So if you guys are interested, go ahead and you can go on any streaming platform, I believe. I know most of the time we were using iHeartRadio. So download the app or download iHeartRadio. They play all kind of music over there. So make sure you guys check WTT Radio out as well. So let's get into this story, y'all. So I want to give a backstory before I get into the story that happened yesterday. And thank you, Low-Key Lounge. So if you guys were on the Affairs of the Heart channel, you already kind of know part of this story. Maybe I think last year sometime I met this guy, and we had a good relationship. I realized that the guy had been reaching out to me a lot in other people's comments, and I didn't recognize that. Oh, is it? Oh, I can see it too. Let's see something. Let me connect to my Wi-Fi, see if that's better. Let's give it a minute to kick in. It's still a little blurry. Let's see. I think it might be just the connection. Because I've seen people were having issues with StreamYard today. And here goes the map here. Because it looks fine on mine. The weather is bad. It's been bad for the last 2 days. Let me try to turn this back off. Let's see. Okay, it looks a little better now. No, I'm still a little pixelated. Let's just hope that it gets better because it looks clear on my computer screen, but I can see on my phone that it does look a little bit blurry. So hopefully the connection will get a little bit better. I don't want to. I hate that it looks like that. Y'all stay here. Let me try to reset my Wi-Fi, and then I'm gonna come right back. So give me 1 second. All right, let's see if this looks better. I don't see me on here yet. All right, that looks a lot better. Does it look better to y'all? What's going on, Miss Robin? What's going on in the candy shop? Yeah, you better. Okay, thank you, J Y Angles. I think that's what it is. What's going on, V Hargit? Yeah, I just had to reset my internet, I guess. So I'm glad that worked out. So let's get into the story, y'all. So I'm gonna give you guys a backstory before we get into the story. So I met this guy last year. I realized, well, I didn't realize, I don't remember even how we were. Actually, okay. So we ended up really talking to each other because we were on app. I won't say which one it was. What's going on, Janet Holiday? Happy Friday. And we came over. What we were going to do, we didn't do it because we really liked each other. It was really cool vibe or whatever. And also he was traveling back and forth from Atlanta to where he lived at. So in the midst of that, I had to travel home to Ohio, and he was traveling to. So throughout this time, we get out my business, Loki. So in the midst of that, I had to travel home, and because my sister had got married, and then he went on vacation with his family to where he was going. And so the entire time, like everything was really cool, everything was great. We talked like all the time, like you couldn't get us off the phone. So I ended up telling him, like, because our vibe was so good, and I know he was traveling back and forth, because so you know what we're supposed to be doing. And what's going on, Sassy Peach? So I ended up telling him, like, yo, I know that you what you have going on, just come stay with me, until you get situated. What's going on, BJ Des? And so he ended up moving in with me, and things were cool. But in the midst of that, I think COVID was like they were just releasing people from their homes and things like that. And so things started to change. So he wanted to go out and do stuff, but at the time, like my website business was really like thriving during COVID. So I'm like, yo, I really don't even have time. I got deadlines I gotta beat, and we were here together. I could step out with you, but if I go out and drink with you, then I'm gonna need recovery day. So I really can't do nothing right now besides, this and that. We can go and do like small stuff. Just give me some time while we're working through this COVID situation. I mean, his job was affected from COVID as well. So to me, like, you should understand this. So we ended up planning stuff to do. I'm like, yo, let me take some time and really like let's plan like a date night or a date day or something like that. So we ended up doing that. And so my friend who was from Ohio, he's a fashion designer. He's actually one who made my outfit for Pride last year. It was his birthday. I don't remember when his birthday was, but it was his birthday. He kept asking me to come out with him. And like, I really can't, I got all this work to do, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And so I was like, listen, Sunday I will hang out with you. I was like, I'm dating someone too. He's going to be out. So it'll be a good time for me to kind of mix and mingle and everything. So I ended up going to meet him. What's going on, Kamiko? Hey, SoDebNair, I'm always in the bushes because of my work hours and I should be asleep. Okay, that's cool. So I ended up going to meet my friend, and I didn't realize that my other friends from home were here too. So I meet up with them, and we're talking, catching up. I ain't seen them in a long time. And they was like, what's going on with you? And I'm like, well, I'm dating somebody, this, and this, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. So I'm like, let me put up a picture of them so I can show them to y'all. And so now, mind you, the girls that came to visit are not from here. I'm still waiting on our return to Ohio for that lunch with my dude and I. Yes, actually, I'm going to be there this week, not weekend, but week. So hit me up. So I showed them the picture of them, and the girls was like, "Yikes!" And I'm like, "Oh shit! Like, what do you mean? What is going on?" And so they passed the phone around. These girls knew who this boy was, and so it gets to my friend. And he was like, how long have you known him? This, and this. And I was like, it ain't been long. I'm like, I'm not really pressed or stressed about nothing. And they were like, well, yo, he was just kissing him on Saturday night. So I was like, shit. And so I'm like, I'm gonna play it cool because one, we just met. So it wasn't like something where I was really that offended or affected. I didn't know that they had dated because I had not introduced them to anybody either at the time. So what's going on, Candy R? So I ended up going to where he was at. And my friend was like, well, let me walk in before you walk in because I don't want it to be awkward. And so my friend walked in before I walked in, and he starts walking towards him. And then I walked in. After that, he turned right around like quick. And so I just pretended like I didn't see him there. I was like, if he want to talk to me or if it's not uncomfortable, text me, whatever. It doesn't really matter. So he never said anything until after I had left that place, went to somewhere else. And he was like, so you ain't gonna say anything to me? I'm like, well, I didn't even see you. That's what I said. I mean, I did see you, but I told him I didn't even look at him. So I was like, well, I mean, this is where we at now. If you want to come, that's fine. And he didn't want to come. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna be too pressed on it again. We just met. So it wasn't a real big deal for me. So I was so later on that night, matter of fact, that night I didn't even mention anything. I was like, and I wasn't really even mad. So the next day I woke up, we're talking or whatever, and I asked him, I was like, yo, do you want to tell me something? And he was like, no. What's going on the reads? He was like, no. And I was like, okay. I was like, because I heard that you was out in the club kissing people at the club. He was like, no, I didn't do that, whatever. And I'm like, well, I mean, I know you did it because there's 3 people who identified you who don't even know you. So I know that you didn't. My friend who lives here was not even the first person who identified you. So he's like, no, I didn't do that, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. I didn't tell him who it was or anything. So that day went by, I let it pass. The second day went by, and my friend was like, yo, we actually have it on video. So I'm like, shit. Fuck. And so I'm like, all right, send me the video. So I got the video. And I mean, it wasn't like a long, passionate thing, but he was excited about doing it though. And I'm like, okay, now I think at that point, that's when I learned that they had dated. What's going on, Carol? So I realized that they had dated at that time. And so I got a little bit more background from my friend from this story. And he was trying to give him the opportunity to tell me about it before he told me. So I was like, well, I appreciate it. Thank you for sending me the video. I still never showed this boy this video. And so, hey, what's going on, Sunshine? So I never showed him the video. I was like, yo, are you sure? Like, were you drunk? You don't remember it? Like, what's up? He's like, I promise I did. He was getting mad. Like, he knew he didn't do it. So in my mind, I knew he was probably just drunk and didn't remember it. But I'm still like, I want you to tell me the truth. Because honestly, it didn't matter to me. What matters more to me is that you tell me the truth. So day 2 goes by. He never says anything. He's like, nah. So, and let me rewind it back a little bit more too. So when I first met him, he turned his location on his phone. So I knew where he was at and all this other crap. So I was like, wow, I never really, experienced somebody wanting to turn their location on their phone for me. You know what I'm saying? So that's cool. Like, I mean, I'm like, this feels like this is going in a good direction. So fast forward back to where we at now. So the third day I get up and he's like, yo, I talked to my friend and I did kiss somebody that I dated. And I'm like, at this point I was over it. So I'm like, man, you lied to me for like 3 days. Like, this doesn't make any sense. And I was like, yo, I don't want you to leave, like move out, but I just need some time. And he has a lot of friends that live here. We have a lot of mutual friends that I didn't even know we had until we met. Because we went to a lot of stuff together that we normally, I guess we was like missing each other at events and stuff. So he was like, yeah, that's cool, whatever. So he left. And I'm just at home, like thinking about it, like, yo, like I don't want to be with somebody anything I don't want to be with somebody who gets drunk and can't remember stuff. But because I've been there before, I'm just be honest with myself. But it was just weird because I'm like, I feel a certain type of way about it because it's like 3 days later. Like, to me, if I'm with my friend, I'm going to call my friend like, yo, did you remember me doing this on day 1, not on day 2 or day 3? Day 1, I'm gonna do that. So he left and he was gone for like most of the day. He was like, yo, what do you want to do? And I said, yo, can you spend the night at one of their houses? Because I'm really having a hard time, like trying to figure out like the purpose of the lie. Because one, you never even apologized. You didn't really take accountability. You just kind of like left me like, oh yeah, well, I did do it. And that was pretty much it. Like, it was no like compassion or some sympathy or anything about what had happened. So he was like, yeah, well, can I come get some stuff, for tonight? I said, sure, come get it. I'm not telling you, you got keys to my house. So he came and got his stuff. At some point, he should have came out and told you the truth, right? So he came and got his stuff, but when he left, he turned the location off. And that's when I'm like, oh, hell no. Like, you tripping, bro. Like, ain't no way. And so I'm like, just come back and get your stuff, because I'm not playing these games. It's childish. Like, we are adults. Like, we should be able to handle this the right way. And yes, I am feeling this way, and I'm not going to do this all the time. But this is new, and I don't want to feel like I'm being used. And I did not think he was using me at all. I just was like, I just needed some time, because I'm like, in my mind, I gotta break this down for me. I like, this is just who I am. And if you plan on dating me, like, you have to understand that, like, if we can't talk and get understanding in the beginning, I'm going to need a break. I'm going to need, because I got to process stuff for me. Thank you, Nola Reeds, for the super chat. Love you, Deb. Thank you so much. And what's going on, Diana? So he was like, well, I'm going to come back and get it in a minute. I said, okay, cool. So time went on. As time is going on, I'm putting that shit on my damn front porch. You got to go, bro. And time was still going on. So I took a picture and sent it to him, like, come get your shit. And so the more and more I got mad, the more I was moving his shit. And so I moved it to the end of my driveway by the mailbox. And I sent him the picture of that. And he was hurt. And I hated it. Like, I am like a simp. I think that's what the word is. It's hard for me to, like, hurt somebody's feelings. So I'm like, man, maybe I should just take it back in the house, because maybe I'm overreacting. I didn't really know. So, but I never moved it back, because by the time he had came, it was there. So he got there, y'all. I got in my feelings. I started crying and shit. And I started, you want me to help you? I'm like, in my mind, I'm really sorry, but I don't want to say that, because I'm like, I don't want you to feel like you can just lie to me. And maybe it was my pride over everything. I don't really know. But I felt bad as hell, because I put his stuff out on the curb. So he was like, no, I won't say what he said to me, because it was really effed up. But he got his stuff and he left. When he left, I felt bad, because I'm like, I feel like maybe I had overreacted, because it wasn't that serious. We just met, like, it wasn't that serious to me. So I think maybe months went on, and we did not talk. And I still wanted to talk to him. So I'm like, reaching out, he's not responding. Thank you, Deb. And yeah, BS in the beginning makes you think long and hard. Right. So, we eventually ended up talking, and he was like, yo, I told you this happened to me before, when people would just kick me out or whatever. And I'm like, well, honestly, at that time, I wasn't thinking about none of that shit. Only thing I was thinking about was you out in the the randomness shit happened, like you kissing somebody that I know, who I'm a really good friend with. So I'm sitting there, like, and that's why I think I had to think, like, longer. I'm like, who else do you know? Like, this might happen more often. And so we ended up talking. We made peace. He was like, I'm not really mad at you. I was like, I'm not mad at you. He apologized to me finally, because I told him, like, you never even apologized when that shit happened. So time goes on. He actually goes through his training for his job, and we're talking again. We're not hanging out as much. We're not talking on the phone as much, but we're just kind of communicating. I'm like, let's blame this on the fact that we moved way too fast, which we did. You were guarding your heart, Deb. You give him all opportunities, right? And I was like, let's just no, Deb, he's not married. But I'm like, let's chalk it up to that we moved too fast, because we really did. Like, he moved in within 3 weeks. And if y'all see my video with my ex, like, I moved in with him like 3 days. So this wasn't something that was new to me. I didn't mind it. So I was like, we should just learn each other. Let's take time to date, do all this stuff. So we ended up going out. We expressed each other about, what we wanted. And he did tell me, he was like, I feel like you want me to rush to get back to where we were. and I'm not there. I'm like, cool, you know. I'm like, but I'm still gonna ask you, like when we're hanging out, like, you know, like what is this process? Like, how long does this take? Because yeah, you might have been hurt from what I did, but I was also hurt from what you did to me. So we finally, you know, squashed all that stuff. We kept talking. So we've been on like maybe a date or two. We've hooked up a few times. Um, Slow down, baby. You going fast. The Kings, that's for you. It's coming. It's coming. I know, I know. um, but we kept talking or whatever. Like, you know, when he's having like bad, like he just called me a few days ago, or maybe like last week, because he had a bad night, and like I'm like, you, why did you just? He called me. I'm like, why you call me? He was like, because I know you would give me good advice, and like you would talk me down off this ledge. Um, it's just like we've had this on and off thing or whatever. So yesterday, I was actually supposed to go home with my family, but things happened. I was like, well, I'm gonna just stay here, but I wanted to go see Jurassic Park. It's one of my favorite movies. So I'm texting him. Well, actually, he called me 2 days ago, and he was like, "Yo, what are you doing?" We were talking, and I said, "I'm looking at these." Let's do it. And we were talking, and I was like, "Yo, you know, Jurassic Park is coming out. I really want to go see it. I'm supposed to go home and see it with my family, but I really want to go see, you know, the opening night." And so, oh, have you met him in person? Hope he's yes. We've been together. Like we've been together a lot. So like I said, he lived with me. So, um, oh, so I went a few days ago, and I was telling about Jurassic Park. I was like, it's my favorite movie. I was supposed to go home. I can't go. I really want to go. So we text all day yesterday, y'all, like all day. And you know, we were talking about, you know, how we were going to plan things, what was going to happen. Close to the time, I was like, yo, are you going to come get me, or do you want me to just Uber down there and meet you up there? And he was like, well, can you just Uber to my house and then meet me there? And I said, yeah, just I can do that. I was like, just Uber us back. And so it got quiet. What's going on, Cat, in the chat? And he was like, I'm gonna just meet you there. So I was like, all right, cool, fine. I'm texting this boy this entire time, y'all. Like on my way there, I'm like, yo, I'm getting dressed. Yo, I just called my Uber. Yo, I'm in the Uber. I'm here. Where you at? Nothing. Matter of fact, when I got out the car, the messages changed from blue to green. And I'm like, what the hell? Did his phone die? So I'm giving him time because I'm like, well, this is never happening. So I'm at the movies, y'all, and I'm literally sitting there like, I don't even know what happened. I literally watched this whole movie. I cannot tell y'all even what happened because I'm so pissed. One, when I bought those tickets for that movie, those tickets were over like about $60. And I was pissed off, like, yo, no, don't make me waste my money. And I'm texting him, and it's still going green, going green. I called, no answer, going straight to the voicemail. And at this point, I'm like, okay, I don't know what the disconnection was, but like, just be an adult and say something. Like, it don't take that much for that. And I'm big on that. Like, you know, if I don't want to do something, and I just posted this on my Twitter page the other day, because I'm like, you know, in this space in my life, like I'm going to be upfront and honest with people about my feelings and how you treat me, because I don't mistreat people and I don't want to be mistreated. And so I'm like, you could have at least just said, yo, I can't come, or I can't really Uber there, or, you know, I need you to do this. I'm like, I mean, he has a car, so I'm like, I don't even know why you couldn't just drive. It's free to park in the damn parking garage. So it's not like it would have cost you. You live by the damn place you want to see the movie at. So I don't know what the excuse is going, what the excuse is, and at this point, you can't even give me one. No way I would watch the movie and enjoy a bit of it, then deal with him later. Sorry that happened to you. Yeah. So what's going on, Pink Dynamite, and what's going on, girlfriends? I didn't even say what's going on to you, and I think, but if I didn't, what's going on to Diana? So last night, y'all, I was in my feelings. I acted like a freaking high schooler. I called and called and called and called and called and called. until I could not call anymore. Nothing. So this morning, I get on Instagram and he's like, fine. There's nothing wrong with him. And that's my thing is like, I'm thinking something is wrong and he's fine. And so I'm sitting here feeling like an idiot because I spent all this time doing all this stuff so we can hang out. He was like, you said you want to hang out more often. I want to hang out more often. So let's do it. So I scheduled us to do that because I couldn't even go home. Damn, look, my video is blurry again. Shoot. I'm sorry that it keeps going blurry, y'all. So I'm not gonna make this even long because it keeps getting blurry. And I don't want to keep resetting my Wi-Fi if the weather is not really good here. But anyway, so I called, no answer. I found out this morning that I'm not gonna tell you his name. But when I realized he was okay this morning, I'm just like, you know what? That's it. Like I can't put myself through this. What the hell? I was beginning to think he had an accident. Yeah, me too. That's me too. Because I'm like, that's my first reaction. Like something's wrong. And it's like nothing's even wrong with you. Like you just ghosted the shit out of me. So honestly, hold on, you. I'm gonna restart it one more time. If it keeps doing this, then I'm gonna stop. So give me 1 second. All right. And Terry Morris, I seen that as soon as I restarted it, I seen that it was clear. Um, but yeah, so I've been like in a funk today because of this. Because I'm just like, man, like honestly, I did not expect for this to happen again. I wasn't expecting to really like have this issue with him because again, we've been talking for a very long time. So it's not like you have to be afraid to tell me something or whatever. It just was weird to me. So um when I saw him today on Instagram, and I don't even follow him on social media, and he don't post stuff on his actual page. He does it in the story, so he knows that I seen he's okay. And so I just was over it. I'm like, at this point, ain't nothing I can do about it, and let me disconnect myself so that I don't have to go through this again. And that's it, y'all. So I don't know why this is looking like this. This is the second time. Yep. He doesn't deserve you at this point. It's his loss. Yeah, people always be saying that, but like, it don't feel like that. It feel like it's my loss because I'm the one who feel bad about it. Like it's not him, it's me. Well, damn, don't talk to him again. Yeah, like I said, I mean, he can't even really contact me at this point. So definitely it's also Deb. Be patient. It'll get back clear. I just think like for me, and I was talking to that was on my ex this morning. It just feel like I don't feel like I'm about to date again because, and it's not because of this, it's because I don't feel like I meet anybody that I can date. Grandma, you two say, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Right. Yeah, I can see it now, Nola. Thank you. But yeah, I just feel like it just is like, it's so hard to date. And honestly, I would love to have that, but it don't look good for me. I don't know what it is like or what's going on. And the thing is with this guy, like literally you were trying to get my attention for like almost 3 months. And then all of a sudden it's like once we start really talking, then you doing this crap. No. No. That guy doesn't even live here. Dudes always show H, whatever H is, but yeah. But yeah, no, it wasn't him. That guy doesn't live here. Me and him, we still talk all the time, but I mean, that's nothing that he's going through breakup problems. Everything is for a reason that doesn't feel good at all, but onward and upward. True. Um, we'll talk. We'll talk. So that don't feel bad. His loss. You are a special man, a sweetheart. Thank you. I appreciate it. What's going on, Ferris? Sounds like he is for the streets. I mean, that's where he's at in the streets right now. So that's where you're gonna be. I mean, because it won't be here with me anymore. I'm like, and you like the thing is like you can call. He can come for. He called me for everything. And like it's like you can't even call and say, yo, I can't make it, or I can't come, or I need a ride, or something like it's simple shit. So I don't get it. I don't know what my Wi-Fi is doing this. My Wi-Fi want to act up, the man want to act up, everything's just acting up. Let me see if I can take this off of here and use the actual Wi-Fi for this. I wish they showed you on the screen what it looked like when you're on StreamYard. He may feel like you are forcing the relationship. I'm just saying, I'm not. That's why I don't even I wait till he calls me. So he can't feel that way because I'm literally waiting on him to contact me at this point. I'm like, I get people one time. I get that we've had a hard time in the beginning of this relationship. So, I'm giving you all the space and stuff that you need to. You're calling me. Dudes always show up before the real thing appears, so you will know the real thing when you meet him. I already met him. Live with me. Moving too fast or being clingy can sometimes run someone off. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I made sure that I gave him that space so that wasn't the issue. So now this can't be the issue. Like I've given you everything, every type of thing you wanted. Like, I mean, and it's crazy because like when my friends are out and he sees them, he's always asking about me, like, and he's always talking about, me and him. So it's like, I can't read minds. And I'm not about to sit here and try to anymore. Right? Because StreamYard is always clear. Then you watch the replay and be choppy, right? Biblically, you should let the next guy choose you. And if you choose him back, then you know that that's what I'm saying, Ferris, though. This is what happened. Like I was on Facebook. He's writing in the comments underneath everything that I'm saying. When I finally met up with him, he made me go back and look at the post that he posted on about me. So it wasn't that I even was looking for him. Baby, we got your back. And to go with that, let him have his hot boy summer. You for all seasons. The temporary don't matter. True. I understand. Ugh. It's just discouraging, honestly. It's just really discouraging to even keep going through this cycle all the time. And this happens like most of the times I'm dating somebody, like a month later, they'd be like, they got a boyfriend. And then you go on their social media and the boyfriend been there like for years. It's like, that's all I attract is people who are not available. Everything you own in the box to the left. But that's my story time, y'all. I wish I had the Candy Shop's intro. That's my story time, y'all. Again, I did go live on both of my channels. So you guys can see both of these. I got to figure out what's going on with my internet, y'all, because I hate this. And I'm trying to figure out if it's like the Wi-Fi or not. This is my story time, the Candy Shop. What's going on, Chris Maxwell? I think this is it. If y'all have any, let me just see if I can drop this link. See if y'all have any stories like this. Have y'all ever been stood up? Oh, and I posted this on Twitter today too. This is my first time ever being stood up. I never knew how this felt. And I did not like how it feels at all. Like, it feels like shit. So, I don't know. And then to know that the person is like going on about his damn business, doing what he want to do, like it just, it feels like crap. But I dropped the link if y'all want to come up here. If y'all have stories, let me know. Just got done jogging. Okay, that's what's up. Yes, the Candy Shop. Make sure y'all subscribe to the Candy Shop. We're going to be live on her channel next week on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But again, y'all, I will be doing a lot more of these on my vlog channel. If you've already subscribed to the Affairs of the Heart channel, you're already subscribed. If not, it is on my page. So go ahead and subscribe to that, because that's something I probably can update more than this channel. Because if the news ain't popping, I ain't probably going to talk about it. So, but I do enjoy doing these story times because I have a lot of different stories. This ain't nothing new, SoDeb, about getting stood up. I have never been stood up before. Like, this is my first time. I'm 38 years old. It's my first time in 38 years that I've been stood up. Maybe by my friends, but like dating-wise, never. Just dropped by to say, hey, haven't seen you in a minute. So what's going on, Mel MC? And thank you for stopping by. And y'all make sure to hit that like button while y'all are in here. I want to make my goal for this. Let's do 100 likes for this. Child, I've been stood up before. I've never experienced this before. So I don't, literally, like, this is like such a different feeling. I was feeling really bad today, like feeling down about it. Like, what the hell? Like, there's no real explanation. Nothing bad happened. Like, what is it? Either he's a player or a drug addict. I don't think he's a drug addict, and I honestly don't think he's a player. I think he's just, I've been stood up and stood up someone. I've never stood anybody up either. I don't think I would never do that. I don't like it. And now I know how it feels. I really ain't gonna do it. I've been stood up as well. Okay. So I ain't the only one who got stood up. So Deb, I got to DM you. I think you know one of my boys, IRL. Okay, let me know. I don't know. Don't feel down, so Deb. It's not worth it. I'm trying really not to. I know he's probably never gonna call me back because what I did last night with all the phone calls, I know it irritates the shit out of him. So, but that's not my fault. You should answer the phone. And I was pissed because I spent a lot of money for that yesterday. You're right. It's not fun to be stood up. Yeah, it's not. I've never had this experience. I never want to have it again. So, and I started to show up where he's at today and go collect my money at the damn door and been like, yo, I'm out. I'm done. Because one thing about me is if I spend my money on you, yo, I really like you. And that shit just doesn't sit right with me. It's rare that I do that because I don't be wanting to do that with everybody because they don't be knowing the people be wanting to use you and stuff. So I don't do that all the time. But there's nothing really that I can do besides move on, grieve whatever we had, and live my life. I think I'm definitely gonna take a break from dating though, because it doesn't feel good to me at this point. Maybe he was doing a Monique, holding a grudge for so long and planning on getting you back, even though he was contacting you. Maybe that's what it was. I mean, I don't know. That's childish and it's stupid though. I mean, because every time that you need me, I'm always there. So I mean, you lost out. And unless you show up at my house, then you can't even contact me at this point. So I just think it was just simple. Like this don't what's going on, Mel? Okay, he's showing his true colors. Now you can move on. He was not the one. Yeah. I mean that sounds easy, but it don't feel easy. Um, that sounds easy, but it doesn't feel easy at all. Like, and I think because this is my first time being stood up from someone, I'm probably taking a little bit harder. I absolutely hate dating. LOL. It's so unpredictable, and my experience have been mostly weird. Yeah, there's a guy actually who hit me up, which was this was the weird shit. This guy hit me up yesterday that I had dated. I think this was during COVID. We had started talking before COVID had happened because I think I was working at Comcast at the time, and we were going to the gym together, and me and him were really awkward. Like nobody wanted to say what it was for real. And so he came to my house, and during COVID, like y'all, my sleep schedule was so off. I could not sleep. I had insomnia like bad, and so I would sleep during the day and be up all night. And so he came over to my house, and we were watching a movie. And the crazy thing is, he was like, I know when we watch movies, so we're going to fall asleep together. So I ended up falling asleep on him. He woke me up. He was like, "Yo, I gotta go." So I was like, he was like, "Cause you sleep," and I was like, "Well, I mean, we already kind of talked about this." And he just really like that was it for him. I don't know what the issue was. Me and him went on a bunch of dates. Like it was really cool. I supported his events that he had here in Atlanta. It was like our chemistry was really great. We were going on like dates like multiple times a week. And he after that, like it was like I don't know if that was like his pet peeve or what, I don't know. But he never contacted me again. Actually, and I think I talked to him like months after that, letting him know, like, yo, I don't really know what happened. Was me going to sleep? What was it? And he was like, no, he was like, I mean, I came all the way over there for us to watch a movie and he went to sleep. I was like, well, I mean, I told you I was tired. And I told you about my sleep schedule. You know what it is because we talk on the phone all the time. And he kind of dismissed it. So I got a notification on Facebook dating and it was him. See, he was looking for me. I'm like, that's Definitely easier said than done. It's going to take some time to get over. Absolutely. Yeah, maybe you should take a step back. Dating is supposed to be fun. If it's starting to feel like a headache, taking a break is best. Yes, and that's what I'm gonna do. I know it's not, and that's what I was on when I met him. Here you go. I know it's not easy, but you get over it as time goes on. If you need to call me, okay. Ask me. I have experienced this before, so just be cautious in who you date. Absolutely. I got stood up a few months back, but the person still bugs me in the DMs consistently. I don't get it. I'm no longer interested when you act like that. Yeah, it's like, what do you want from me? Like, what is it? And like, just be honest. Marcus is a bad experience to be dealing with. Yes. Yeah, but everyone different. My best friend was in a situation where a dude got mad at her for falling asleep on him. Yeah, that's what happened to me. And I'm just like, you literally had, before it even happened, you said this. Like, it wasn't like I was like, oh, I felt comfortable doing it because I'm like, you literally said you're probably gonna fall asleep with my chest. I'm like, I can fall asleep over here then. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I didn't think I was doing anything wrong. Like, you got to communicate well, because I'm going to go off what you said. It's the Virgo in me. We are very literal. Like, this is what you said. I know I'm comfortable with this because I feel like you saying you're comfortable with it. So it didn't make any sense to me. And it was like that. I mean, the guy was, like I said, the guy was really nice, and I liked him, but I'm like, I'm afraid to even like, am I allowed to go to the bathroom while you over here? Like, what are your do's and your don'ts? And if you have, like, can you tell me before you just ghost me, or you got to get up and you get upset about something that I'll naturally do? Like, I can help the fact I went to sleep. COVID was hard, and being home all the time and losing stuff, like, it just was, it was weird. To be honest, you think it's about sex or the lack thereof. Yeah, because me and that guy, we never had sex. So, and the one who just stood me up, we did, but I mean, that's both of our fault why we keep missing together, because we both work a lot. So it just gets like, and this is the thing that I always tell my ex, it's like, I hate that I missed dating in my 20s, because I spent all of my 20s with him, and then now there's like apps and stuff, and you got to figure out who's who and what's what. You don't just go out to the club and meet people, and now you got to figure out what they want from you, or if this is really going to work, or are they genuinely interested in you? Are they able to go the long mile with you? And I'm like, this is why I wish I would have waited to date. What was his excuse for ghosting? He said, because I fell asleep. Yeah, that's weird. Just for falling asleep, he acts like you did something to do. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, and again, you said this to me before. I mean, this before you. I even invited him to my house to watch movies. He was like, I can see when we get together, like this is going to happen. And he said it in a good way. So it wasn't like I was afraid to do it, because I would have been like, just don't come. Period. Simple. I know this is something that you don't like. I just won't come. Just don't come over, or come over at nighttime when I'm up all night, so we can, spend time together. People are different breed now too. Dating, it is so different now. Yeah, because people date for like come ups, and which I ain't got shit for you to come up with, but they come for the come up, and because it's cute on the internet. They don't date to be like really into something. So then like, that ain't how I started dating. And I don't know how to flip the switch to do the dating like people are doing it now. It's really hard. But it's really hard, because it's like, you don't know what people want. You don't know what to expect. I think that might have been my thing of why I even moved him in my house, because I'm like, we already, like, we're hot right now. Like, this chemistry is big, it's booming. Let's go ahead and like really figure this out. But that didn't work. So I will never do that again. But It worked one time. I don't. It's probably not gonna work again. Dating is like a job. Oh God, I don't want another job. I don't want what's going on, Tierra? People date for money. They don't care about nothing else. Yeah, I mean, I ain't got no money, so that's not why he dated me. My advice: go slow and guard your heart, so you won't be so hurt. But and I agree with this. But my thing is this: even when I did the fast forward thing, and then we decided to slow it down, that still ain't work. And I know this is not going to be every person that I meet, but it just is tiring. Like, I don't know if I have the energy to keep dating people. I'm sorry. I'll give you 1 second. Um, he sounds like he was flake and just used it falling asleep as an excuse. To me, that's how I felt. But it's like, but then why? Because I mean, we were like y'all. We were going on like 3 dates a week. We had great dates. Like it was like we were talking on the phone, and for y'all to tune in late, we're talking about a whole nother guy at this point. But we were talking on the phone like all the time. We went on like 3 dates a week. You know, he paid, I paid, we paid. We did all that stuff. Everything was cool. And to the point where I was like, yo, I feel comfortable with you coming over to my house and chilling and, let's watch a movie. I was like, but I'm going to tell, I said, before you come over here, I'm tired already. And I was trying to take a nap before he came, but it just wasn't happening. I got ghosted once and was so confused how you go from being all into yes, someone to absolutely nothing made no sense to me, right? It like I can never do that. I would feel so bad. Maybe you need to slow down, find who they are before you catch feelings. Well, this is with this one person that I did this with. The guy that we're actually talking about now, I don't feel like I had like big feelings for him, but I was interested in getting to know him. But because we were hanging out so much, I was like, oh, things must be going really well. That's why I invited him to my house. He is user guard for your energy. Emotional vampires are real. Yeah, that's true. And what's going on, One Love? I definitely don't have the energy to date. It's going on a year that I've been single because I don't have time for BS. It's so damn draining. Listen, so and honestly, like I don't like. I think with this guy who what I did with the movies with yesterday, he's probably not the most person I. Well, no, there's 3 guys since my divorce that I've taken serious, and all 3 of them like socially they were awkward people. Um, it's like they're all in and all this stuff, and it's like one I think he's just for my money. This guy he used to be a ramp agent for an airline, and me and him were talking, but he didn't like the fact that me and my ex were still friends. So he kept saying it, and I was like, well, I mean, I'll just tell him like, I mean, that's nothing. I can draw back from that relationship. He's not going to mind that. And then he ghosted me. And then last year we reconnected. He came down for his birthday, and I feel like he used me for my money that time. But he came down for my birthday, and I did all kinds of stuff with him. I took him out, let him have a good time. My friends threw a little thing for him, and he left, and I never heard from him again. I got an explanation months after, but I was still turned off. Like, boy, bye, yeah. I just don't think there's going to be a good explanation as to why. Like, you can't say I can't come to the movies. Like, you wasn't traveling far to come there. You live by where you were at. You could have literally, if you was that interested, just said, "Yo, I can't afford it," and I would have been like, "Fine, I will just Uber you here." But then you have a car too, so like that still don't make any sense. Sounds like someone was on vacation and came back and he is married or in tight with someone. And what's going on too, y'all? First of all, I saw you over here, but what's going on? OMG, I feel you on that, so Deb. I was with my son's father for 15 years and I was 19 when we got together, and dating is very weird and just not for me. Yeah. What's going on, the doll? Hi, so Deb. How are you doing, handsome? Maz in chat. Just wanted to say hi. And so Deb, you are amazing. Stay strong and you are amazing. Thank you so much for that. Once they are gone, no reconnection. Adios. Yeah, and that's my problem. Honestly, V Hargett, that is my problem. I feel like I have disconnection issues. Once I date somebody, if I put my heart into it, like I don't know how to let it go. And so that is my issue. I'm honest about that with myself. I'm actually talking to my therapist about that. Like I do, I think it's that I have abandonment issues from my grandfather that passed away when I was a kid. And like my heart is you have my heart, like it's so hard for me to let go. And not like in a way where, if I get into other relationships, it would be a problem. But if I feel like there's an inkling of something that is there, I'm gonna fight for it because I feel like I want somebody to fight for me. If you really feel like you would love me or you like me or you just seen something in what we had going on, fight for me, shit. So I always do that, and I'm learning that I have to stop doing that. I would say being a part of the hookup generation, with all the apps and stuff, there are so many choices out there, and people just get greedy. I will so agree with you on this. This is the issue. This is the issue. Um, this is the issue. And like I said, when I first met this guy, the first guy, it was on a hookup app. We just was like, our vibe was so good. He came over here, y'all. We literally watched. We both like girlfriends, and we watched Girlfriends all day that day. Like it was just something. It was cool. Like it was a good connection. We talked about what we wanted and all that stuff. What type of relationship with monogamy and all that stuff. Like our conversation was so dope, and then shit just starts happening. What's going on, James Hudson? I have a problem with recycling too. It's just comfortable. I don't feel like it's the abandonment issue. Oh, it's the recycling part. That's what it. Okay, so I might be with you on this. I'm like, I already know your shit. Like, we can fix the parts that's wrong, or what that's bothering us. No, you dodged the bullet. Okay. For the love of money, guys don't care about no relationship with you, just you to use you and take advantage of you. That's why I'm doing me and live and learn. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I just I feel like I do want to be in a relationship, but I haven't, like, me and my ex, we broke up in 2016. Since then, I don't think I've had a relationship that lasted maybe 3 months. I don't think I've had one. And it's becoming like a problem, like to the point where I'm just like, I just don't do it anymore. You feel rejected, but the problem is with him, not you. Yeah, I mean, and that could be true, but it could be me too. Like, did I do something, or, are you even able to communicate what the problem is? That's my thing. Like for me, I over communicate. So what I want, what I don't like, all those things. So I feel like you know who you're dealing with when you date me. And it just doesn't seem like it sounds good to people up front. But then it just gets really weird afterwards. And yes, I am a person where I will keep calling your ass if you don't answer that damn phone. We're supposed to be doing something together. So you sound like my story. What's going on, Mr. G Man? Nah, so I have to work on that too, because I will blow your phone up. Okay. I will. But I'm working on that. I don't do it with people like I don't have any like history with, or we're not like in something that we're working on that's serious. Like if I just met you, I'm not doing that. But like don't ignore the shit out of me when you make plans for me to do some shit like that. Like that shit is whack to me. Um, oh, here it goes. Maybe God removed them for a reason. If they can't communicate enough to tell you why they ghosting you, then they definitely won't have the communication skills of that. And that's probably true, Mel. I can definitely understand that because then I am very like I communicate, like I over communicate, so that there's no questions. You don't have to ask nothing. You have to wonder what's wrong with me. No, nothing like that. You know what bothers me, and if it's something new, I'm gonna tell you that up front. I'm gonna tell you when it starts bothering me. So that could be true too. I could see that. Um, that's actually I like that. That's probably really true. I'm trying to tell you something. Yeah, listen, I hear you. Um, yeah, so I was like been in such a bad mood today that I stayed in my room all day and just laid here thinking about like what the F, man. Like I don't get this. My biggest pet peeve, don't make plans with me and then not show up or change them last minute. I don't even mind you changing them last minute. Just tell me that you gotta change the plans. Thank you, Shane. That did make me smile. Um, but yeah, it's just like I don't mind you changing your plans at the last minute. I'd rather you change at the last minute than don't tell me nothing at all. Then I'm wondering like, what the hell? Because who wants to like? I don't like wasting money. Y'all. I'm very frugal. So I love y'all for joining me for this because I was like, who wants to even hear this crap? But I can't. I'm really like thinking on taking a big break because I don't want to. I don't want to like. I don't want to keep this going. Um, we will not be sad over no man this summer. We will stand up. All right, yeah, Rich. I'm gonna try. I'm not even really sad about it. I'm just irritated because it's like it's almost been 20. Actually, it's 24 hours at this point. You still haven't even said shit. And I know you was irritated, but I'm irritated. Your irritation was for free. Mine wasn't. I don't like wasting my time, so don't make plans with me and then ghost me. I understand that part. Um, and yes, Chris, people don't keep it real nowadays. We're more fun than any date out there. That's why I came on. Like, let me just talk to my tribe real quick because at least y'all make me feel better. Um, and it's cool. Like I cried last night. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I cried when I got home last night because I'm like, damn, like I didn't like we didn't even argue. It wasn't an issue. If it was a miscommunication, like just say that. But don't just like not say anything. I mean, like we know each other well enough for you can just say that. A break is not bad. That may be what you need. The thing is, I don't even be consistently dating, but it's to the point now I don't even want to do it at all. So when I take a break, it might be like a permanent one. And that's where I don't want to be at. I don't want to be in a space where I just don't try it again, but I'm on my way. So Deb, block him. Don't text him. No, I did. I blocked him from everything. So he can't even communicate. He know where I live at. So if you want to talk, you come on over here. And my doorbell don't work. So hopefully I see you when you outside. And thank you, Kendra. I was in a 15-year relationship and broke up in 2016, and I have dated a couple of people since then. They have lasted only 2 to 3 months. See the same thing with me. So I understand that, man. I was in my relationship for like 11 years. And I worked really hard on not making like falling into husband mode with people because when I first started, I was falling into it. Like, oh my God, they like me. I'm planning the whole damn life. But the more as time has gone on, I've learned like, y'all, you really cannot do that. Especially since meeting this guy who stood me up yesterday. He was the person who made me realize, like, yo, you can't keep doing that. Everybody's not your last relationship or your relationship that you had for the longest. I hate wasting my time with difficult, toxic folks. Yeah, me too. What's going on? Just simply, I'm coming over. We're gonna watch Girlfriends and Eat Skinny. Come on, shit. That's actually what I'm about to do when I get off of here is watch Girlfriends. I hate, and the thing is, normally when I'm feeling like this, y'all, I will go and watch the game when when Drew Sidora broke up Melody. She's always gonna be. I'm always not gonna like her because of that. Thank you, Chris. What's going on, Care Bear 77? Oh man, I'm going to have to catch the replay. Who stood my dude? I done talked about like 3 people at this point. But I was talking about an experience that I had yesterday. So just go back and check it out. Check and see if he locked up. No, he's not locked up. He's at a damn pool party. That is a good excuse. Easy. Check your local case search. My go-to for them ninjas. He's at a pool party. He's not locked up. I'm late. Where did you meet this man? I met the guy. So I met the guy on an app, but I didn't realize that he had been contacting me on Facebook for a very long time. So when he got over here, we started talking about stuff, and we did not even have sex that day because we were really feeling each other. So we was watching Girlfriends. We were talking about, life, what's going on, what all that stuff. So it wasn't even like it was like a sexual connection. Love candy shot. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like there's all the things that I could think of. Like, it's something, nothing makes sense to me. And as much as I want to hear the explanation, I mean, I don't feel like I want to get it because, I mean, at this point, and I know I'm gonna see him out. That's the other thing. If I go out, I probably will see him because he's always out. And every time he's out, he wants to talk to me every single time. I know, but I'm just saying, like, that's not where I didn't realize that this person that I met on this app was the person I was talking to on Facebook. So I'm not saying that it was all from the app. It was really from Facebook. And then I noticed him on the app. I missed that. I would have showed up to say, listen, it took everything in me today not to show up that. I would have went to the door like, I need like $100 from y'all because this boy who y'all about to pay owes me that. And I would have shut up in my damn swim trunks and started talking to people in front of him because then he would have been mad. You being too nice, public terror advice. I know, but I'm 38. Like, I'm too old to be doing stuff like that. Like, if that's what it is, that's what it is. And again, honestly, had he not stood me up and it just was like, oh yeah, I can't go, it wouldn't even have bothered me because I'd never been stood up before. And see, that's the other thing too. I think he's like 8 years younger than me. So that's the other part that adds on to it too. And we talked about that when we first met. What's going on, Chi-Town? But we talked about this when I first met him too, about the age difference. But when I first met him, he was a lot more mature when I met him. He actually is he's a lot more mature than a lot of guys I know that's my age and older. So even that for me, it don't, like, I'll cover all the bases. So I still, something's not clicking until I hear what the explanation is. Like, it's never going to make sense for me. Never. Like, it was no disagreement in our text messages. I talked to you all the way up until the time I got into the damn movies. No excuse. I'm 23 and dated this 36-year-old. LOL. I dated a man that was 60 years old. Okay, and he's way more mature than this. Always. Yeah. We just got out of a 3-year relationship. Okay. Age is just a number. And I agree with you. Like I said, I talked to a 60-year-old man. He don't look like he's 60, but I had talked to a 60-year-old man. We still talk, it's like we're not in a relationship, but we communicate still to this day. He just doesn't live here in Atlanta. So and so when y'all see me going to Miami sometimes, that's sometimes when I'm visiting. There's also somebody else I visit that lives there as well. 38 perfect age to blame foolishness. Me too, LO. See, if he's more than a year younger, just forget about it. Act like never happened. But it happened. I was 28 and he was 36. Or he was 60. See. So age is not always the factor in some of this stuff, because it's just because the boy is very mature. I can't take that from him. He is very mature. This is just some immature shit that he's done. I was 24 with the 36-year-old. Okay, so y'all dating older too. Have y'all did the do before meeting the boy that went to movies with? Yes, was supposed to go to the movies with yesterday. Yes, we have, but we have also been dating for like over a year, on and off. So we definitely have done it. But it was like we didn't do that until like months later after we met. And because we met on the app, we waited for that. I asked for that. You a Scorpio moon? I don't know what my moon sign is. My birthday's September 22nd. I was born at 4 o'clock in the morning. If you could tell me, let me know. But yeah, left myself not years with the spicy questions. Oh no, young rich. The spicy questions. Yes, we did. I think I said that though. I was 26 with 40. See, so people dating older and younger and stuff. So the age is not the problem. It's the person who has the age doing stupid shit. All right, y'all. I'm actually going to log off because Nola is about to do her Basketball Wives review, and I want to go and support her. Have you met his family or his friends? I've met me and him have a lot of mutual friends. So they all know, they know the both of us. They know us separately and us dating and us separated again. Wait, I might stay a little bit longer. Wait a minute. He is not mature. Mature people can't explain themselves. What's going on, Lakia? And I agree. Age is definitely not the problem. It's the people. Right. I love older guys. And I do too, honestly. I really do. My ex-husband was 5 years older than me. Yes, so that age isn't always the factor. I dated older men throughout my 20s and thought they were financially secure. They were emotionally. I have definitely experienced that. That is so true. Now that you said y'all did the do and dated on and off for a year, maybe you should unblock. No. The reason why I'm not is because this has never happened. And the fact that you woke up this morning and didn't decide that, the fact that you didn't feel like you could open up, answer the phone, or send a text message saying, "Hey, I can't come," or "Hey, I can't do something," like, you call me for everything. I'm not unblocking. No. Date for fun and let them show you what's up. I'll try. A mature brother would have said, "My apologies, I'm not able to go. Can I have a rent check?" Exactly, Elmo. And thank you for joining us today. But don't text him back. So unblock with it. When you text me, don't text me back. And I'm going to turn my read receipts on too, so you can know that I read it. I'm headed over there too. I have to watch the last episode still. Okay. So yeah, I am going to go over to Nola. I'm going to actually post her live in my community tab, y'all. So let's go support Nola, and then I may try to come back. I'm gonna come back on tomorrow because I want to do some other stuff, but I'm gonna go support Nola. So in my community tab on my main channel, I'm gonna have the link over there. Matter of fact, while we're on here, let me do it now. If you don't know her channel. All right, so I just posted her link in my community tab. Y'all, if y'all can, let's go support Nola. Shady B, and Mace. All right. I love y'all for sitting here and talking about this. It was very therapeutic. So I do appreciate it. Let's go to notice how y'all support. This happened today. So yeah, last night. Exactly. It's clear disregard for you, your time, and money. Don't unblock his ass. Thank you, Monique. And I can't with your friends. You got me dead over here. All right, y'all. I'm out. We going over to Nola's channel. Y'all come over there with me. The link is in my description. I mean, in my community tab. Love y'all, and I will see y'all on the next video. Bye, y'all.